Okay, so today's recap is going to be both noisy and breezy, but please work with it. So let's just get into my intro. Hello guys, welcome. I'm Samantha the Introvert, and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 7 of Secret Lovers. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're in town with both Antua and Lu Jingxi as a child. Antua is drawing a house and saying that when he grows up, he's going to own a house and live. Then Lu Jingxi said he wants to live there with him, which Antua agrees, and he's drawing his side of the part of where he wants to live and how he wants to have a dog. The funny thing about it is, even though back then it was just children just playing along, he never actually meant it. But looking at it now, you'd see that back then, even at that time, Hantua really liked Lu Jingxi. But the thing is, dreaming about living together was beyond them. Okay, then we see Lu Jingxi with his parents cooking, and Hantuo is there along with their other friend Lin Xiaoyang. It's funny because he gained friendship through Lu Jingxi and family through Lu Jingxi's family. But through his personal life, he's not going good with his own father, and he doesn't even know where his mother is. That's the sad part about his family. I think with the whole thing that Hantu is acting both sexual, cute, lovey boyfriend material around Lu Jingxi, you're telling me Lu Jingxi's parents don't know? Or maybe they do know. They're just waiting for their sons to say, I'm dating my best friend who is a guy. Anyways, Lu Jingxi's father looked at Hantuo and talked about the internship and says even though Hantuo is not his son, he wished him to stay healthy and not overwork himself because he knows that Lu Jingxi himself gets tired sometimes. Anyways, outside the balcony, Hantuo is talking to Lin Xiaoyang about the conversation that he had with Lu Jingxi about moving in together. But seeing as how Lu Jingxi is so attached to his parents, he doesn't want to put that as a burden. He doesn't want to be the reason he let Lu Jingxi move away from his parents, and that's not what he wants. So he's thinking of whether or not he wants the two of them to move in together, even though Lin Xiaoyang agrees that they could move together and they can just talk to Lu Jingxi about the feeling of moving in together. When Lu Jingxi came to them and asked what they're talking about, both of them looked at Lu Jingxi and said they're just talking about internship and how hard internship is, which is a lie. But then again, Hantua doesn't want to keep Lu Jingxi worried. After their dinner, it's time to go home. And again, homegirl knows when to execute herself from being the third wheel. I love that. When it's time for them to turn the corner, which is Hantua's exit going home, Lu Jingxi uses the clear space to kiss Hantua and tells him that if he has any problems, he should talk to him, which he could, but he chose not to say anything. The thing about Hantua is he's the type of boyfriend who wants to be a provider and a protector, even if he has to go through the burden alone. That's not how relationship works, Hantua. Before he leaves, Hantua gave Lu Jingxi a goodnight kiss and leaves. Honestly, somewhere along the line, I kind of wish the parents would just sneak up and saw them, but that would be a cruel mind of mine. But it would be a cute gesture if they accept it, which I know they're gonna accept it. They have to. At the internship work, Lu Jingxi is being scolded for an error that was made by one of the colleagues, but then left. Apparently, the person that made the error that Lu Jingxi is being scolded for literally knew he made the error and left before the error, planted on the boss. And the boss is blaming the intern, which is Lu Jingxi. The sad part about it is the other workers knows, because it's not the first time this person have done this, and clearly it's not going to be the last because they're not even helping Lu Jingxi or telling the boss who made the error, which is wrong of them. Like, dude, I get that you want your money, but at what cost? Even with that issue and the amount of scolding that he got, Lu Jingxi managed to smile throughout all that. And I know me, along with Lin Xiaoyang, sees that deep down, Lu Jingxi is hurt. Let me tell you something. In the work field, it's not easy. You have to just battle through all the changes and the toughness. You have to take one for the team. Sometimes you have to take one even though it's not for the team. And the fact that just overall being in the work field is not for the weak and it ain't for the strong either. But hey, we gotta make them money. Okay, if I remember clearly, his name is Jiang Wen-sen, right? So anyway, Jiang Wen-sen came to the office and tells everyone they got a new project. And in that new project, it could be a big project, money lining up. That's what he meant. But the person he's going to put in charge of that one is Hantua. Yeah, Hantua. I have to admit, Hantua is an intern and he's been there for like a hot minute and already he's been trusted with the biggest project. God, this man looks so good. Now hear me out. Please do another BL. Be the main lead. I don't know what the name is gonna be about, but be in that. Plus, can you be with the same person that you were with in History 4? Just don't be who you were in that show, because I don't like it when you were a stalker. And I don't want you to be a brother. It gives less problem for the viewers itself too. I do hope Homeboy is not actually flirting or trying to make his way with Hantua, because if it is, wrong tree, sir, wrong tree. You're barking up or flirting up the wrong tree. This is a loyal person for one man. Back it up, sir. Going home, Hantua is happily talking about his projects and how great it is to be working on something big, while Lu Zhengxi is struggling because he has no good news about his still struggling out that error that this colleague made. But then he hugged Hantua because technically he is stressed the hell out. It is clear to Hantua that Lu Zhengxi is having a bit of a problem, but Lu Zhengxi will not tell Hantua what happened. I thought we said if anything is bothering us, we talked about it. Why are you going back on your words, Lu Zhengxi? At home, Lu Zhengxi is going through some old drawings that he and Hantua drew, including the house that they draw. And he starts to remember that back then he talked to Hantua as a child, saying that they would live together. At work, Lu Zhengxi is still being pressured at work, still being stressed the hell out because the boss keeps giving him more work and he keeps making a little bit of error, but on top of the same error that is made, and the person that made that error has not showed up. Like, dude, none of the workers are even telling the boss who made the error, and you're telling me the boss hasn't even come to his senses like, one person out of our group is missing. Where is that person? Like, what kind of boss are you, sir? At work, Hantua keeps sending Lu Zhengxi pictures and messages about his project and not realizing that Lu Zhengxi is actually sad. Both sad because he can't tell Hantua about a good news what's going on in his workplace, and also sad because Hantua is far away from him at the moment because of his project. Okay, I didn't mention it, but the project that Hantua is working on is a hotel, and Jiang Wen-sen is going to be with him throughout the whole thing. Now, honestly, we can't afford to do any mistakes on this one, because one mistake lose a lot of millions of dollars, and we don't want that. This is the part that pisses me off. Like, everyone is going for lunch and Lu Zhengxi is just there doing on the work. Like, nobody is even helping the boy. Like, dude, what happened to sportsmanship? There was even one female that was about to help until some other guy just said, no, let him do it for himself. Like, dude, see, this is the definition of like, dude, I joined this company to make money and go home. I didn't come here to make no friends. Friendship ain't giving me no money. I see why Lu Zhengxi never really put any more pressure on his problems to Hantua, because Hantua, this is pretty much the first time he ever showed genuinely happy ever since his mother left and the father not paying him any mind. Because of the project, Hantua and Jiang Wen-sen had to stay at either a resort or a hotel or something because they have to get closer to the project. Now, Jiang Wen-sen noticed that Hantua is very focused on his phone, and also know that Lu Zhengxi and Hantua are in a relationship because his eyes can tell. Next, dude, why are you in a robe with your intern? Like, dude, be professional, put on clothes. Hantua basically tells Zhang Wenxin that he and Lu Zhengxi has been together for years, been a friend for years, knew each other, everything grew up together. So the fact that they're in a relationship is a great thing because that is what the love they have for each other is. Jiang Wenxin says something like this doesn't have to be too concrete because we're not sure if the relationship will go as strong as it is. Even though Hantua is very positive that they will never break up, Jiang Wenxin, on the other hand, says there's something, it's not like Rome wasn't made in one day, but it takes one day to break it. So, baby, you cute, you sexy, I love you, but don't be a Wreck-It Ralph. Do not wreck a relationship that you know is going strong. Because if I see you, when I see you, you meet outside, we gone. This is how much Hantua trusts Lu Zhengxi, to the point that he gave Lu Zhengxi key access to his place. Because right now, Lu Zhengxi is at Hantua's place, searching through his things, missing his man. And honestly, that's a true trust in love right there. Back at school, Lu Zhengxi went to the class that Hantua is supposed to be in and finds out that Hantua didn't even come to class, asking that he wants to take a last-minute leave on his internship. Now, hear me out here. Hantua basically can't get the privilege because he got extra credit. So, what's one more day? Lu Zhengxi texted Hantua asking why he didn't show up because technically Hantua told Lu Zhengxi that he would be in school the next day, which is that day, to meet up. But then Hantua voice messaged him saying that he didn't know that something would just come up and the project ended up extending for another day, so he couldn't meet up with Lu Zhengxi. Lu Zhengxi really does miss Hantua, but he also understands that this is a dream job that Hantua wanted, so he can't deprive him from that. So he ended up walking home alone, and each way he looks, there's a couple. The sad part about being a couple but being separated from your significant other, and then you're seeing couples left and right. Can you imagine being single? I can. Lin Xiaoyang came and saw how Lu Zhengxi is sad. Then Lu Zhengxi tells Lin Xiaoyang that it is the first time that he's been alone without Hantua. And now that he's gone, well, it's not gone, but now that he's separated from him, he's a little bit lonely. Lu Zhengxi says ever since they knew each other since childhood, they've been together non-stop like a crazy glue. And now that this project comes in, they've been separated like for a week or so. When Hantua came back home after his project, he texted Lu Zhengxi that he's finally home. Lu Zhengxi at the time just came out of the shower, hair wet, having on PJs, and the boy did not hesitate. He grabbed a little jacket and went with hair wet and PJs and all. When Hantua opened the door, Lu Zhengxi didn't give him a chance to speak. He just ran to kiss him, indicating and showing that he misses Hantua very much. After their smack session, Lu Zhengxi said to Hantua that he wants to live with Hantua. Hantua got serious and sat up and says that he doesn't want to be the reason for all of this. He tells Lu Zhengxi that he doesn't want Lu Zhengxi to do all of this because of Hantua. He knows how much he cares and loves his family, and to be separated from them is something that he doesn't want because he knows that all too well. Lu Zhengxi looked at Hantua and says that even that, he still can go visit his parents and he's not going to be separated from them. After that, we see they're both unpacking in their new apartment. Question: is he getting paid in an internship, or is he still working with his ex or something? Where does the money come from? Does the parents know? Does his father know? Does Hantua's father know about this apartment? Are they not moving to another district or whatever it's called up there? Okay, hear me out. This is cute and all, but let's get to the serious matters. They're best friends. They've been best friends since childhood. They've slept over at each other's place, but they've never lived together. Let me tell you something. Living together and sleeping over is two different things. Once you live together with someone, sometimes you get to see a different side of serious colors that you've never seen before. So let's hope it stays the way they are now instead of getting different. You get what I mean eventually. Anjo is the money man here. He's the one paying and buying expensive stuff. I know he's probably the one paying for the rent in this apartment, but that's either here or there. He ended up buying a couple's ring for him and Lu Jingxi. Then their doorbell at their new apartment rang, and we get to see a little bit of vice versa on this one, where a little kid go up and call in Lu Jingxi Papa. Yeah, a little bit of vice versa. Our Sky 2, vice versa. Okay, guys, that is the end of my personal recap on episode 7 of Secret Lover. Stay tuned for episode 8.